In capital news tonight, 52 Ethiopian nationals arrested in Mwanza for illegal entry into the country. Bavicha condemns move by 19 members of the party to be sworn in as special seats MPs. And in sports, Namungo FC says they are ready for the first leg of the CAF Confederation Cup against Al Rabita of Sudan this Saturday. Good evening, this is Capital News at 9:30. My name is Nasma Mwambe. Let's get started with the national news. The Immigration Department in Mwanza region, in collaboration with the police force, has detained 52 Ethiopian nationals who entered the country illegally, 4 of whom were found in a guest house at Babatini and 48 others in a house on Buguko Street, Buhongo Ward.
Sasa hao wahamiaji haramu 52 waliingia katika makundi mawili. Wa 48 walikuwa wamehifadhiwa katika nyumba. Ni nyumba ndio wamehifadhiwa, na ndani ya hiyo nyumba hakuna wengine wanaoishi, kwa hiyo ni wao, nyumba ilikuwa inafungwa muda wote.
Viongozi, hali hii kwanza ilitushtua sana.
This is shocking because we had no information about their coming, and one day terrorists could come in without our knowing, which is very dangerous. So tomorrow we will have a meeting to discuss this matter on what to do. I urge the general public, especially those sheltering illegal immigrants. This is a criminal offense. Security organs are going to hunt them down.
Kuhifadhi watu wasiokuwa na vibali vya kuishi nchini.
The National Youth Council of Chama cha Demokrasia na Maendeleo Party Chadema, Bavicha, have unanimously condemned the decision made by 19 members of Chadema to get sworn in as a special seats MPs. They have advised the party to take stern disciplinary action against the members so as to prevent such betrayal in the future.
Kama baraza la vijana wa Chadema taifa,
as Chadema Youth National Council, we are saddened by those who went to take an oath. It is an act of betrayal.
Kamati kuu ya chama hatukuwahi kujadili.
No list of members of parliament on special seats was ever discussed or passed. In this regard, because the party has never had a discussion, we want the National Electoral Commission to come publicly and tell us where the list came from.
Yao ni yapi baada ya uchaguzi huu. Kwa hiyo hatujawahi kujadili, hatujawahi kupitisha.
Fear has continued to rise among residents of Kunduchi in an area affected geologically by a mud volcano, who have urged the government to help them vacate the area and get them alternative residences.
Ombi letu kwa tunaomba mkuu wa mkoa alielekeza kwamba waweze kuhama.
A lot of residents have not been able to move because they have nowhere to go.
Pale ilipoanzia hiyo athari ambayo ni
the area where there is substance coming from the ground is our plot of land. At the beginning, we thought it was simply an anthill. It is important to know what the people think about this matter, and working with the Regional Commissioner's office, let us wait for 2 days and hear from his office.
Ni muhimu kufahamu wananchi wanawaza nini juu ya jambo hili.
President of Zanzibar and the chairman of the Revolutionary Council, Dr. Hussein Mwinyi's 8-phase government moved to form a new ministry for a blue economy has begun to bear fruit with the launch of the first deep-sea fishing ship.
Blue umezingatia kwa upeo ushiriki wa sekta mbalimbali katika kuchangia uchumi.
It has taken into consideration participation of other sectors in contributing towards economic growth. A strong blue economy will guarantee food security and nutrition, deal away with poverty, job creation, economic and social development.
Na mpaka sasa hivi tumesajili wavuvi 3500.
So far, we've registered 3,500 fishermen. Fishermen from here are grouped in 5, of which they will be given fishing equipment, 1 boat, engine, and other tools.
Residents of Kalambo district in Rukwa region have complained of price hikes for cement from 16 to 21 shillings for a 50-kilogram bag and have urged the government to intervene on the issue as they cannot afford the costs.
Tulizoea bei ya shilingi 15,000, 16.
We used to buy at 15 to 16,000, but now we are buying at 21,000 and 22,000 for a 50-kilogram bag. Person on low income cannot afford to pay 22,000 for cement. It's been almost 2 months now. Cement is not available, and if you pay agents, they tell you that production is low.
Maelekezo ya serikali. Wote walionunua simenti kwa shilingi 20,000 na wanauza
that those buying at 20,000 and selling at 21 must stop immediately until further notice.
The second Vice President of Zanzibar, Hemedi Suleiman Abdallah, has conducted his first public meeting in Mawani, Kiwani, where he urged residents to support efforts made by the government to bring about development in Zanzibar.
We must support the 8th phase government's efforts to make sure that we achieve set goals. In doing so, I'll be able to carry out my responsibilities. I commend every citizen for upholding peace so that we're able to live peacefully. We must work together and become one. I don't like disagreements. It is my hope that if we work together, this office will be the benchmark for good performance in the government.
Kwenye ofisi sipendi wale ambao nilishafanya nao kwenye baadhi ya maeneo ambayo nimepita.
Citizens reporting incidents of gender violence in Manyara region, including assault and rape of women, have complained of threats made by abusers. They urge legal organs to ensure their safety when they report such incidents.
You have a problem in the family, yet your husband tells you that if you report me to the police, it is over between us. Then what am I supposed to do? This is just to threaten you, not to go to the police. At the police station, there is a gender and children's desk put in place to address all gender-related issues. We believe that when someone reports an incident, protection and assistance will be given to that person. People should not be scared to seek help.
The government has urged development stakeholders and institutions fighting against HIV/AIDS, as well as scientists, to not be dependent on aid being provided by donors, but instead to use local resources to manufacture treatment, drugs, and tools so as to eliminate dependency, which may hinder effort being made against HIV/AIDS.
We will begin by looking at what can we use in our environment. However, we are grateful to those who have been giving out aid, but in addition to receiving aid, we must also do more. I wish as a country we continue to apply prevention. Some youths enter into adulthood and yet they have never heard about this education. So it is our duty to see that this matter is given the importance it deserves. Some, after feeling better, they forget. So we must educate our communities so that everyone understands that we need to follow advice given.
And that is the end of national news. International news comes next after the break. And in international news, 4 non-governmental organizations have filed a case at the East African Court of Justice seeking the suspension of the Uganda-Tanzania oil pipeline construction project. The organizations have stated among reasons for filing the case, including environment and compensation issues.
Even this one, I'm not sure that maybe they will come and pay.
A day after President Uhuru Kenyatta of Kenya ODM Raila Odinga launched the BBI signature collection drive needed for the referendum of constitutional amendment, some politicians have opposed it.
Niko na Wakenya zaidi ya milioni 10 ambao watakwenda kupinga hii BBI, ambao wanaona kwamba hii BBI haitawasaidia kamwe. Hata wanajua kwamba mkiwa kama jamii hamutafaidika kwa sababu mmoja wenu ni prime minister. Hawatafaidika kwamba wao wako na viti mingi vya ubunge katika bunge la kitaifa. Watafaidika tu kama kuna sheria kabambe na mpangilio kabambe ya kuwaletea maendeleo ambayo yataweza kufanya maisha yao ya kiuchumi iboreshwe zaidi.
And that is the end of international news. Business comes next after the break.
Watch Business Edition as we talk to business leaders and experts in sectors that are transforming Tanzania's economy.
We believe that the driver is the customer.
To change the mindset of traditional HR to the digitalization.
Make sure that everybody can get some access to financial services.
And once we understand the vision of our leaders, we then need to be behind them and help them in achieving that vision.
Business have involved mercantile operations, trade guilds, or shared agricultural production, infrastructure, construction, financial sectors, tourism, and mining. Business Edition on Friday at 8:15 p.m.
And in business news, Tanzania Coffee Board has said the government earned more than 290 billion shillings from 7 cashew nut auctions, whereby 141,000 tons of unprocessed cashew nut has been sold as exports during this year's cashew nut season.
Mpaka kufika tarehe 22 Novemba.
By 22nd of November, we'd sold 141,000 tons of cashew nuts worth more than 293 billion. This time round, farmers have been paid within 10 working days.
Kwamba katika kipindi hiki hatujapata malalamiko kutoka kwa wakulima.
Teak trees from plantations in Mtibwa, Morogoro region and Lunguza in Tangi region have earned the government more than 3,200 million shillings from 2 auctions held at the plantations.
Unapotea. Sasa ubora wa mitiki.
This particular tree is just as good as old species, so we welcome Tanzanians inside and outside the country to come and buy. It is readily available. We've been making furniture for many years, but then we saw that indigenous species were disappearing and instead decided to use this type of tree.
Tanzania Women Chamber of Commerce has said that women entrepreneurs have failed to look for opportunities provided by the government, which has allocated 35% of tenders for women entrepreneurs so as to develop them economically.
Asilimia 30 ya tenda zote za serikali na mashirika yake
30% of all tenders of government and its institutions should be given to women, However, its implementation has been weak because women are not forming groups.
Kuna mradi mkubwa unakuja wa bomba la mafuta, nafikiri mmeusikia.
There is a big oil pipeline project coming up. The government has set aside 11 items for Tanzanian companies, so we must not just watch it pass by.
TWC inatusaidia sana kwa sababu ni kutanua wigo wa biashara.
TWC is very helpful because we meet women from different parts and they help us find markets.
Sana. Na wana juhudi kubwa sana kututafutia masoko ya bidhaa zetu.
And that is the end of business news. Sports comes next after the break.
Away first time, good start from Bolt. Bolt leading a moment of going away. Gay trying to go with him, and he's going to be dragged through to second place, but he's going to win it by 2 meters. Away first time, good start from Bolt. Bolt leading a moment of going away. Gay trying to go with him, and he's going to be dragged through to second place, but he's going to win it by 2 meters. Opposition, Joaquinho, he did lose to Lynn.
And in sports, Namungo FC has said they are determined to win their first leg of the CAF Confederation Cup against Al Rabita from Sudan this Saturday at the Chamazi Complex in Dar es Salaam.
Confederation Cup tukiwa na malengo.
We're going to the Confederations Cup with the aim of playing 6 games. The first preliminary stage, the first stage, as well as the second stage. That is our plan, and we have to work on it. So, for starters, we're going to win against Al Rabita in the preliminary round, as well as the next stage, and another stage.
Tunavyokwenda kwenye CAF Confederation, tukipata hiyo michezo 6, tutakuwa na jambo ambalo tumevuna kutoka kwenye michuano hii.
Azam FC forward Prince Dube is set to leave for South Africa to be treated after breaking his ulnar during the match at home to Yanga Sports Club.
Was injured after just a quarter an hour on his left hand in the match they eventually lost by a solitary goal. The 23-year-old, who has been in fine form this season, has managed to score 6 goals and is among the top scorers in the charts. On Wednesday, the team was relegated from the top position after falling to a 1-0 loss to Team Wananchi at Azam Complex. After a goalless first half of an end-to-end showdown at Chamazi, Kaseke broke the deadlock when he managed to beat Azam's David Mapigano in the 49th minute for Yanga's opener.
Tributes are pouring in from all around the world from the football after the tragic death of Diego Maradona. Here's the report.
World. Gary Lineker, who played in the England side knocked out of the '86 World Cup by Maradona's Argentina, also posted a heartfelt tribute. Jose Mourinho got straight to the point with an Instagram post showing the many times he was in company with Maradona, with the Tottenham manager often looking delighted to be in the iconic number 10's company. 60 years is far too short a time for a man like Maradona to have walked the earth, but in that brief period he left a mark. Barcelona tweeted, "Eternal thanks, eternal Diego." Messi said the passing away of Maradona was a sad event for the beautiful game. Cristiano Ronaldo said he was bidding saying to a friend, while the rest of the world was saying goodbye to an eternal genius. Brazilian soccer legend Pelé too mourned Maradona's death and said, "We will kick the ball one day in the sky above." A former Chelsea and Spurs boss, Andre Villas-Boas, has recommended that FIFA retires the number 10 shirt across the world following Maradona's death. Meanwhile, former England captain David Beckham has paid tribute to Maradona, hailing him as a pure genius. A former Tottenham manager, Mauricio Pochettino, was a friend to Diego Maradona, and his son Mauricio posted the following message on behalf of his father, that they are saddened by the death of Maradona. The Man City boss took time in his post-match press conference to pay tribute to Maradona. In particular, Guardiola recognized the fact that City striker Sergio Aguero has a close familial connection, whilst also recognizing his influence across the world. Zlatan Ibrahimovic posted, "Maradona is not dead," while Kylian Mbappe also paid tribute. The France and PSG summed up the feelings of many when he tweeted, "RIP legend, you will stay in the history of football forever. Thank you for all the pleasure you gave to the whole world." Gary Lineker, who played in the England side knocked out of the '86 World Cup by Maradona's Argentina, also posted a heartfelt tribute. Jose Mourinho got straight to the point with an Instagram post showing the many times he was in company with Maradona, with the Tottenham manager often looking delighted to be in the iconic number 10's company. 60 years is far too short a time for a man like Maradona to have walked the earth, but in that brief period he left a mark that will remain long after the morning comes to an end. Maradona has died, but Diego, in all his guises, is immortal.
And that sports item ends our news bulletin. Thank you for watching and good night.